Okay, so my name is Mukhtar Sonko, and I'm operating a garden in Opanyomi district in Jifre village. So the garden, for now, we're working on the name. We're in the registration process, but for now we call it Mukhtar's Garden. So I have applied for 868,000 in total, and 173,000 will be my 20% matching grant onto the total. So the products that I'm applying for, we are working on two major products, which are the orange flesh sweet potato, which is OFSP, and the papaya. So there is currently a very high market demand for OFSP, in line with also the government strategies of making sure there is sufficient nutrition and adequate nutrition for infants and young children, and also women of reproductive age. So the OFSP has a huge market potential in terms of also making it into secondary products such as chips, and they can make it into cakes, they can make it into bread. So there are a lot of market opportunities for it. Even in schools, the children are using the OFSP. It also has a high nutritional value. We also have a huge market potential when it comes to the papaya, because the papaya fruit is rarely produced in the country. So we think when we produce it in quantities, we will be able to create a gap and close the gap between the imported papayas and the papayas that we will be producing locally. So we have a very simple strategy, which is firstly, we are going to make the use of certified seeds from our collaboration with NARI, which is the National Agricultural Institute, Agricultural Research Institute. This is where we will get our certified seeds. Once we get the certified seeds, then we will try to make sure we do best agronomic practices in terms of how to produce it, how to multiply the seedlings, and then we will then work into facilitating market access so that we have contracts with potential buyers. So these are the strategies we are making, so that once the products are made, we will be able to have a ready market for our products. So our financial focus, we have realized based on some calculations that we did, within the first year of production, we can be able to make at least $250,000 on the OFSP only, and on the papaya we can be able to make $500,000. When we make a focus for a 3 to 4 year focus, we realized by the end of the fourth year, if everything goes according to plan, we should be able to make at least 1,400,000 from our products. The value proposition is that we know that the OFSP is very good, and it can play a major role in increasing the malnutrition level in the country. When the children of the country are eating OFSP regularly in terms of bread or in rice or in cakes, it can really increase their level, improve their level of malnutrition, because we know malnutrition is having a good prevalence in the country. So we think we have that advantage. We can help in making sure that people are less malnourished, and also even women of childbearing age, it is very important and helpful in their health system. Also, we will also be able to provide some employment to a couple of people in the communities we are working in. So our competitive advantages are that we are going to strictly work into a 100% organic system. We do not want to use artificial or chemicals into the application of our horticulture products. So organic is one of the key importance that we have advantage over other people. We are also going to be using year-round production, which is not based on the rain, not rain-fed, but year-round production is also another competitive advantage we have. The other competitive advantage we have over our counterparts is that we are going to be working with certified seeds, which are seeds that have been certified and authenticated by the National Agricultural Research Institution. So those three, when we put them together, we realize we are ahead of a lot of our competitors in terms of production. So once we are successful in having the grant, if we are lucky to have the grant, by the first 1 to 3 months, we will work into procuring the seeds and the seedlings or the vines of the OFSP, and then by the end of the third month, by the fourth to the sixth month to the fifth month, we will do the land preparation and the seedling multiplication, and then from the 6th to the 8th or to the 9th month, we will now do the planting and management of the the crops that are already being produced. And we are hopeful that by the end of the year, we should be able to have harvesting and do our market linkages and selling of our product and marketing. We are doing a couple of, we'll do a couple of risk management strategies. We have already done some in terms of making sure the perimeter of our garden is completely fenced, and it is gated with brick walls. So there is no risk of animal intrusion into the field. We have made sure that is done. Another thing we are also going to be doing is deal with drought tolerant and pest resistant varieties of the crops that we will be dealing with. So those two will help us in terms of reducing damage to the products in terms of pest infestation. And also these are varieties that are early maturing, because for the papaya variety we are dealing with, in 4 months time you can harvest the papaya. The OFSP in 3 months time you are able to harvest them.